talking, no noise, just vibes.
We're in episode 5. Episode 5, the art of self-care. So listen, as always, get your tea, get your blanket, and let's chat. The art of self-care. A lot of people, when they think of self-care, what do you think of? You think of the bubble baths, the perfumes, the different body care routine, and skin routine, and things like that, eating healthy. But we want to think beyond the bubble baths. We want to think beyond the skincare. We want to go within. And going within is healing the broken, that's and creating new habits, right? From the old habits. We're creating what was broken that caused us to get to this point that we want to do self-care. A lot of us, we go through divorces. We go through all type of stuff, heartaches, disappointments, and sometimes we just get tired, especially the mothers that we pour all into our kids. We forget about ourselves. We don't have a social life. We don't even know what it feels like to put on clothes anymore, to go out and socialize, just to hang out. We pour everything into the family, whether it's the spouse and the kids or just the spouse, and we forget about self. And then when it's all over with, the kids graduate, go on about their business, divorce, or the husband, whatever, you guys split up or whatever it is, then it's like, wow, what about me? Now you're at the place of, where do I start? And trust me, I've been there. I only go off my testimonies, okay? Where do I start? Where do I play a part in my life now? Because my whole being, from my children being young, my life been about them. Being married, my life was about the marriage. My life was about the kids. Now that I'm who I am today, right? My son, he graduated high school. My second born, baby, something about them second borns. But my second born, he's a teenager now. He's into sports. And now it's okay, what am I going to do? So I had to go through my own healing journey, and I had to go through the things that I wanted for me. I wanted new for me. I wanted a whole new attitude. I wanted the way I date to be different. I want to approach dating differently. I want to approach everything differently. Like, I'm learning who I am now. I'm finally learning who I am and what I like, not what everybody else likes. And that was the part 1 series. We talked about disconnecting from what everybody else taught you who you were, or who you thought you were. But now I'm in my true authentic self. So who am I? I get to create that. So that's what I'm going to teach you. Beyond the bubble bath, what is your self-care? Well, first off, welcome to Trinity of Fitness Boot Camp, because any platform that you're on with me, you're going to be welcomed into the boot camp. And in the boot camp, I teach you how to heal in every aspect, physical, spiritual, or mental. So we want to redefine ourselves beyond the bubble bath. That means that, okay, let's pick. What is something that you're self-conscious about? What is something that you never poured into yourself because you were so busy pouring into the husband, or, the children, or worrying about what people would think if you wore that outfit, or if you wore your hair like this? You didn't want to change up too much. That's what I want you to try. I want you to find what's comfortable for you. I want you to get that self-care beyond the bubble bath, meaning that go within. What was it that you kept hiding because you wanted to please others? Become her. Right? Now, after you do that, we want to set boundaries that protect your peace. The whole thing with the self-care, again, with self-care is not just the face shows. It's beyond the bubble bath. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's beyond the bubble bath, because I want you to look at everything, your surrounding, your environment. What is your environment like? Is your environment peaceful? That's self-care. Did you know that's part of self-care? Listen, this is my favorite blanket. But yes, that's part of self-care. That is part of self-care, getting to what does peace look like. My peace, for me, what I created, listen, I created my own odyssey. Listen, they can say whatever they want. They can call it what they want. For me, it's the best thing for me. I can go out and I can walk the land and just look around, talk with the birds, because for me, in my mind, I'll be talking to the birds. Listen, that's how peaceful I am. I feel like Alice in Wonderland, how the birds and everything was just, it's just beautiful. I created my piece. That's my piece. It's nothing wrong with it. What do your piece look like? Is your piece plants? Is your piece going out and landscaping? Whatever your piece is, not anyone else's piece. Don't go with the trend of what someone else said they do. Find what's yours. And if you don't know what's yours, then create it. This is you redefining you. Okay? So set boundaries that protect your peace. Meaning, here's an example that a lot of people just, they miss this. When you set boundaries, you don't like mess, you don't like drama, you don't like all that. And you explain it to people. But yet they come into your space and they cause all this chaos, cursing, fighting, whatever it is. Even though you told them what your boundaries was. And that happened, what you've done is allowed, pretty much accepted people for who they were and just did away with your boundaries. No. No means no. If this is the boundary you create to keep your peace, I don't want any cursing, I don't want any chaos, I don't want any fighting. And if they can't respect that, the first time that they disrespect that, cut them off. And I'm not meaning like cut them off as, maybe I should have said disconnect. I like to use the word disconnect because a lot of people, when they hear cut them off, they immediately go into the, oh, I'm not talking to you anymore. No. You disconnect, meaning that you're still present, but they're not allowed in your space. Meaning that you still love them, but they're not allowed in your space. But you cut off the nonsense. Do you understand me? No more nonsense. You create your peace and you do not bend your boundaries for others to feel good about themselves or to make them feel that they're a part of the team or, to make them comfortable. We're not doing that anymore. No. Protecting your peace is just that. You respect me and I respect you. Okay? So I want you to create a sacred routine just for you. Now, sacred does not mean anything that's witchcraft or anything like that, because you hear that and people just run. Sacred is what's yours, what's important to you, what you pretty much look at, that's your holy, that is what's important to you, right? But I want you to create that routine to recharge your energy, meaning that if your boundaries are crossed, what do you do next in the event? Okay, you disconnect, but how do you gain that energy back? How do you come one with self? How do you let go and release? Because that's what episode 4 was about, release and rise. How do you let that go and get back to that energy, that peaceful energy that you created? That's what that sacred your sacred place where you're going to go or what you're going to do, that routine. What are you going to do? I want you to create that. So mine is, once I disconnect, I like to go out by my pond. I like to go outside and by myself, and I kind of like to walk it off because therefore I can get some air in me. I'm telling you, I'm the type of person that if you push me too far, I don't know what's about to happen. So instead of allowing people to take me to the edge, we're not doing that. No, I don't do it. I go ahead, disconnect, cut it off, dismiss, and I go outside and I ground myself. Or I may fix me some tea. It depends on where I am. I have a routine for everything, and that's that 8 count that I taught you guys, that 8 count meditation. So what I created was the RPI. RPI is the foundation, right? It's the foundation for the Trinity of Fitness, and RPI is the 5 pillars that I created, which is acknowledge, release, practice, inner exploration, and empowerment. And so what I do is I check what I got going on, my situation against that. I acknowledge what it is, I release it, and then I practice some type of self-care, which is my routine, right? Then I go within and I think to myself, okay, my self-reflection, what could I have done different? I don't look at the, oh, I feel bad for them. Oh, maybe is it another way I could have handled it for them? No, my boundaries are my boundaries. But what could I have done different to prevent that? And if it's, don't make up something. If it's nothing there, it's nothing there. Then I empower myself. First off, I take away that negative self-talk. I make sure that that's not there. And I speak life over me, because what happens is guilt and shame will try and attach itself to you in situations and scenarios. So make sure. So I balance it off for the RPI, and I do my 8 count breath. Now I'll tell you what I do. I do the 8 in your nose, blow it out 8 seconds. Breathe in 7 in your nose, blow it out 7, all the way till I get to 1. Then I go ahead and check myself by the RPI. Okay, so you need to create your sacred routine. Whatever that is, you make it the best. Okay, so now I'm gonna leave you with homework. So as always, like I teach you guys, I teach you how to journal and I teach you how to meditate. And so with your journaling prompt, I want you to journal, what small act of care can I offer myself today? Oh, I like that. I like that. What small act of care can I offer myself today? Because it's the little things. We take for granted everything. We wait for we look for the big thing when it's the little things that count, that get us to the big things. And as I was teaching in my life coaching session, I was teaching that stop looking for, when you ask God for a thing, stop looking for the big thing to come. Like, God, I just want to be better. I want to feel better. I want to do better. And then you miss the little small things, creating small things like an act of kindness someone did to you, for you, opened the door for you, paid for your coffee. But you're waiting on God to give you the big thing of someone opening the big door for you that you just walk out and the roses laid at the ground. Appreciate the small things. So if no one's giving it to you, I'm teaching you to give it to yourself. So what small act of care can I offer myself today? And that will start your self-care journey. Okay. Now I want you to meditate on creating a nurturing lifestyle. Meditate on that. Meditate on, how can I create a nurturing lifestyle? What does that look like? Do your 8 count. That 8 count will immediately put you into a meditative state if you just sit, relax, and do it right. And just meditate on that. Take some time to just think, what does that look like to you? Because you really don't know. If this is your first time going and you're really about to pour in self-care with yourself and you really want to change your environment, you really want to make a peaceful environment, so you don't know. So you have to create it in the moment. But sit back and what does it look like to you? Because all you know is what people tell you it look like. I told you I go outside and sit by my pond. Other people tell you that they like to light candles. Some people, they just like to talk to their plants. Whatever it is, what is yours? Okay? So listen, as always, I enjoy you guys. And I thank you for coming on and listening to Cozy Sunday Chat with Coach Nye. This is all about healing. All I want to do is just help you heal. I want you to learn your self-awareness, self-discovery, how to self-regulate, how to become the best version of you. That's why I do weekly homework. So check me out on all my platforms, my podcast, Chat with Coach Nye. I give homework there. Download group me. I give homework there as well. And then here I give homework. Every Monday I'll put out weekly homework. But here on Cozy Sunday Chat with Coach Nye, this is something that I give you to journal for tonight and to meditate on. Okay? So continue to join, share, and follow. I love you guys. Remember, my podcast and my group me is Chat with Coach Nye. And the link to my website is in the bio. Go ahead, sign up the email so you can get all the emails and homework that I send out as well. Listen, Coach Nye out.
Thank you for following me.